what's up? It's been a few days since I've done one of these, so I think it's time to do an update. Here I am at the top of my sister and brother-in-law's house. I got the whole third floor to myself, which is very nice. Kind of a little game room. Humble beginnings, right? Before you make it big and before things really start taking off, sometimes you gotta take a few steps back, and that could be getting a roommate, staying with family. I'm sure some of you have experienced that. Maybe you went through a divorce or just tough time where you had to actually move back in with family or friends, or crash on a couch for a few days. I'm in a situation where empty nest. My sister and brother-in-law have an empty nest. They have all these open rooms. I come back to California, pick up some shifts, waiting tables. So yeah, I'm getting ready to go to work. My first shift in like 3 months of waiting tables. I actually really enjoy it. I'm kind of pumped, kind of excited to get back into something, to get my hands dirty, talk to people, engage. And then my brother-in-law is about to help me get my programs dialed in, done all the editing. So man, it's about to break open, about to break free. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get sales right away, right? All that to say is just stay humble, stay teachable. I think just stay surrendered. Often you kind of feel a little buzz of energy. I've heard it said that sometimes that things will get really dark before all of a sudden they blossom and into light and you take off as an entrepreneur. I also heard that you can kind of start feeling little wavelength, little energy, little things that come up throughout your day that start just kind of pointing you in that direction. I've definitely been feeling that. So right now I'm just in a situation where I'm ready for something to break open, but in the meantime, I'm gonna make some money, get ready to go to the Philippines. So I wanna make some extra money. Obviously I have a girlfriend, so I wanna spoil her a little bit if possible. Yeah, it's the Libra romantic in me. But all that to say is, I feel like there's a buzz of energy, something about to break open. And again, God's timing. Last night I went to a Bible study that I got invited to near where I used to live. And God just used me to just speak a lot of things into this group. And it's not like I go in there like, oh, I'm gonna share everything. No, it just, when the Holy Spirit leads you and you feel that buzz of energy saying, you need to share your story. You need to tell them about your hypnosis that you did. And again, I can get it. People are gonna hear that immediately and just be turned off. But those that have ears to listen and discernment will listen. And I could tell you a lot of things I was saying, the girl right next to me, she was dealing with a lot of that, and I could just tell her like, oh my goodness, this is gold, this is gold. And she's like writing stuff down because it was her story, I think. And I knew I needed to talk to her directly, and I was praying, I'm like, God, how do I, because I knew she wanted to talk to me. But as we were talking about Daniel and the fiery furnace, and as I was talking about faith and moving forward, act of faith, eyes of faith, even if God was going to deliver them or not. At Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, I guess Daniel wasn't in that one, but when they were to bow to Nebuchadnezzar, and he threatened to throw him into the fiery furnace, little man syndrome, trying to erect a big statue of gold to be able to get people to worship him. What weak sauce, like what a weak ass little man. So anyways, it's funny how he did a full 180 and actually said, well, okay, anybody who doesn't serve the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, at the end, like he became a believer, so to speak, of the power, not necessarily of God himself. But anyways, through their testimony and them saving him. But anyways, God will even turn your haters into sometimes people that will support you, or at least get you to that next step. Maybe not support you, but they'll get you to that next step sometimes. Sometimes the people in your camp will whisper and try to get you in trouble, so remember that. But anyways, as I was talking about my story, it just was an opportunity for me to share within the story of kind of personalize it to me. And I knew in that moment as I'm speaking, she's like listening. So I'm speaking into the whole group, but I knew that it was really aimed at her, because I think a lot of things that I wanted to say to her directly, I said it out loud, and she just kept eating it up. And there's other people that are eating up a lot of stuff. So it was just really cool to be used to, I don't know if I told you guys this before, I probably have, but I tend to get like goosebumps when I feel like the Holy Spirit is telling me to go speak, or something happens, like an aha moment, or something that's like random that wasn't random, that was like, I don't know, it's hard to explain it, but it's like something that just happened. You're like, whoa, I can't believe that just happened. That's crazy. And then I get chills, and usually that's like a divine appointment or the Holy Spirit. And I'm telling you, like, there are things that were there that I was like just getting chills. And I was like, okay, I got to share this. And I even said to the leader of the group, I'm like, can I speak into something real quick? I just feel like the Holy Spirit's leading me, and he's giving me chills, and that's usually a sign that I need to say. And I was able to speak into her about a barren season she's in. So anyways, God will use you wherever you're at, even if you have to do humble beginnings, like go back with family for a few weeks. That's all.